the only difference between the 4 of them is really what the project browser is set up for. So, architectural automatically comes in with your level 1, your level 2, your top slab views. Usually mechanical will have different views set up with different ranges. I always start with architectural template. So what we'll do is click on that guy right there, and we'll load them up. Now, for the big assignment that's in this class, what it is I will give you a set of, no, Josh, you're not too late. There's the code. 615, so you're still good to go. The big assignment in this class, I give you a 2D set of drawings of mechanical system. It's domestic water is what I give you. And your job is to take that from a 2D set of drawings and convert it into 3D. So what we're doing now is we're setting up the pipe families, the pipe types, everything that you need to make yourself successful for when you start actually bringing the pipe over. Okay. So this specific file, you want to make sure you save it. That way everything that we do today transfers over next time, and then you just open that file up. You can do it as a save as. We'll import the drawings in as a PDF, and you can trace over it, or you can just drop them wherever. Yeah.
So we're just gonna keep working on this.
Yeah. This file you'll be using for the rest of the semester. Yeah. I would like to have it to where the scan estimate is in this and the king set assignment is also in this, but those two, like, they don't really like. I mean, this is just, it starts taking too much, and if people have multiple views they're trying to work out of and they turn one on, it can get confusing to show everything in one. So it's just easier to do just this one assignment in one. So in this file, the first thing we want to do is we want to bring in pipe. Okay, so just like a wall, there's a wall section architecture, which I'm sure most of you are familiar with. There are different types of wall types you can choose from: interior walls, thicknesses, stuff like that. It's the same with piping. So when piping is located under your systems tab. Okay, so you want to go systems, and we're going to go with generic type. So I've been trying to create a database for next year or next semester to use fabrication, just because it allows us to actually use actual fittings. Where in this case we're not going to have that ability. We're just going to use generic stuff, but it should work. So go to pipe. Okay, click on it, and what it's going to do is it gives you a default of 6 inches, 9 feet, right? So your diameter is a 6-inch pipe, just like if you wanted your wall. This would be where you would change. So right now we've got everything from a 1/2 inch to a 24-inch pipe. Okay, so right now we're just going to keep it as a 6-inch, and we're going to keep it 9 feet. All I'm going to do is I'm going to drag a line. Okay, now you'll notice that I just got this error in the bottom right-hand corner. Now this error is basically saying a couple things. It's all in reality, it's just saying, hey, you just drew something, but I can't find it. I can't see it. Whatever you just did, I don't know what's going on here. Okay. Now there are 2 things that I want you guys to notice. Is one, so look at the warning. One is down here where your scale is on that detail. We should always keep that as fine. Okay. That way when the pipe actually shows up, it looks like a pipe and not just a solid line. If it's on course, it's just like line work. It's not an actual hard object. So I want to keep that on fine. And I usually tend to work out a wireframe. It doesn't matter wireframe or hidden line. I tend to like wireframe. But now we have to do the hard work of finding our pipe. Okay, so when that warning comes up, there's generally 2 or 3 places that I go. First is visibility graphics. So I'll type in my visibility graphics, and what we'll do is we'll check this list, and we're looking for one thing: pipe. Is my pipe turned on or is it turned off? So if you type P, actually, it pulls you straight down to the P cat where the P objects are. And so I'm seeing that my pipes, my pipe accessories, pipe fittings, installation, placeholder, they're all there. They're all turned on. They're all working. So that tells me, okay, that avenue is not the right one to go with. Okay, my next one is a view range. And do any of you guys know what a view range is or how it works?
Isn't it? You can set it on like all deep.
Yeah, it basically tells you how. So from, I wonder if it shows a graphic. It might show a graphic here. If I click on this, does it show? No, it doesn't. So basically what this is telling me is I have a top plane, I've got a cut plane, a bottom plane, and a level. And basically what this is telling me is, okay, in this view, I can see everything from level 1, from 0 feet, all the way up to level 1 at 7'6", but I can't see anything below 4 feet. So basically it takes a cut through the building at 4 feet and at 7'6", and it says this is what I'm allowing you to see right now.
It's like those type of.
Yeah. But if you notice, when we first looked at our pipe, what elevation did it give us? 9 feet, and this is at what? 7'6". So typically, if you raise this bar past what you're trying to draw, it should show up. So if we change that number to like 10 feet, we should see the pipe. So go ahead and change that number to 10 feet.
I think that's view range. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I should probably explain that, huh? Sometimes I just get going. So under your properties, on the left-hand side, if you don't have your properties menu, if you type in Control-1, that should pop up that menu. You go to your properties and scroll down, and under Extents, it's view range, and just hit Edit. We'll change that to 10, and hit OK. You notice nothing happened. So now we got to start digging a little bit more. So change it from 10, say we change it to 12. And I'm actually going to see if it's in 3D, which it is.
So you think you can duplicate your screen to here?
Oh yeah, I can duplicate the screen. Yeah. Is that better? Okay. Yep. No worries. Okay. So a couple things just happened right there. One, our view range didn't change. It didn't affect anything. Okay. But I ended up making a 3D view, and I can see that my pipe is there. So now we just got to track down. Okay. Even though I drew it in at 9 feet, maybe it's I accidentally drew it on level 2, or something's missing. So I'm going to actually create a section cut right here, and I'm going to go inside, and I'm going to raise this up. I'm going to try to track down this pipe. Right now I can see it. So we're trying to just track it down right now. Visibility graphics. I'm going to see if filters, everything's turned on. It should be working just fine. I'm going to change this to level above, level 2. We're going to change this to, there we go. Okay, so view range, I changed this to, this is kind of weird why the cut plane isn't going. So usually if you go level below, that shouldn't change. For some reason, that cut plane is what's dictating if it's showing our pipe or not. It could be because it's associated level. But anyways, if you change your view range to these specific parameters of level above, so level 2, I changed it from associated level to level 2, we went to 1 foot. Cut plane, we took it up to 9 feet. Bottom, we changed to level below. And view depth we changed to level below. We could possibly even change that to unlimited. Either way, it's going to show up. Now, the view range is, or the cut plane is really what's kind of weirding me out here, because usually that doesn't dictate. It's almost like it's reversed. But anyways, now we found our pipe. Okay, so we've got our.
I'm sorry, Austin, you're moving like way too fast.
Am I going too fast? Okay, sorry. Okay.
I don't even know if I do.
So we can kind of, so for the pipe, I'll change this back to what it was when we started. This I believe was at 7.6. This is at 4, and those are all zeros ago.
Change the bottom.
Oh, that's bottom. Oh, and that left. Okay, so what we started out with, we just went up to systems and pipe. Okay, click on pipe, and we drew just a line on our screen, and it gave us this error. That error is what indicates, hey, we can't locate it. So we check the visibility graphics, come in here, visibility graphics, and we scroll down to where it says pipe. If this is turned, I'm drawing it, and then I just drew a section cutting this up at your 9 foot, and adjusting our view range to that 9. So I go back to my level 1. Okay, pipe's no longer there. I scroll down to where it says properties. I'm gonna hit extend view range. I'll keep it at 7.6, but then I want to test, 5 feet. If I hit apply, nothing happens. I can go 6 feet, apply, nothing happens. Keep going until I hit 9 feet. It finally shows up. That's all apply does. And once I hit OK, it saves it. Yeah.
What if you create your pipe and you go to visibility graphics, turn it on, and the pipe is still doesn't show?
So that's what we're doing right now. So what we found is the elevation that we drew it in wasn't being shown in what's called your view range. So if you go to your properties spot or your properties menu over on the left, and you scroll all the way down to view range, you can change your view range. So we changed it to top being associated level 2 at 7.6, and our cut plane being at 9 foot associated level 1, and then we kept the other 2 what they were. So this is kind of this is what I was looking for. So this is your view range. Okay. So number 1, range top. So your top right here, your primary range, that's where it's going to see the maximum amount, right? Primary cut plane 2, that's what it basically cuts a line through that section of what you're viewing, right? 3 is the bottom, so that's where it's going to cut things from your view off. Your primary range, which is 5, is viewing everything within that, but the cut plane is basically from there up, right? Or there down, sorry, there down. And then view depth is how far you can go down in, and view range is the total amount. So all we did is we just changed our top to level 2 at 7.6, our cut plane to 9 foot, our bottom to 0, and our level to 0, or our view depth level to 0. And if you want to learn more about this, you can click on this blue category, or this blue thing. It should pop up in an internet browser. It's really quick, just out here in space. So I have 2 copies and read more about it. I just like to play with them until I get to see what I want. But now we have the actual pipe we're looking for. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create 2 extra copies of this, really quick, just out here in space. So I have 2 copies. Okay. Now the reason I've created 3 pipes is because there's 3 main pipe systems within a domestic water system. Does anybody know what those 3 systems are? Generally, we're talking just the domestic plumber you've done before. So you have your hot on your left, your cold equipment as well, depending on what I try to stay away from that. But does anybody know what you guys plans? And you're not. I mean, you throw they're going to be domestic hot, domestic cold, a hot water recirculation, and it's going to be copper. So, but if you notice, we have domestic cold and domestic hot water already in place. The thing is a default pipe, and there are some systems that are a hot water recirculation, and it's going to be copper. So those are kind of the 3 things, or the 4 or 5 things we need to know. So right now I'm just going to click on 1. Okay, I'm going to click on 1 pipe, and if you notice over here in the properties, it gives us a default pipe, and there are some systems that are already in place. This one's calling it out as a hot water recirculation, and it's going to be copper. So those are kind of the 3 things, or the 4 or 5 things we need to know. So right now I'm just going to click on 1. Okay, I'm going to click